Rabbi Yosef Cohen was a man of deep faith, a scholar, and a respected leader in his society. He dedicated his life to the study of the Torah and the teachings of the Jewish faith. But when a sudden heart attack claimed his life, his journey took a turn he could never have predicted. During the few minutes he was clinically dead, Rabbi Cohen encountered something that would forever alter his understanding of the Messiah. What he witnessed in the afterlife was beyond anything he had imagined, a revelation that left him with a message for the world. Let's explore what Rabbi Cohen saw during his near-death experience and the profound truth about the Messiah that was revealed to him. It was an ordinary day when Rabbi Cohen's life took an unexpected turn. After finishing his daily prayers and teaching his students, he suddenly felt an intense pressure in his chest. Before he could react, he collapsed in the synagogue, unable to breathe. His heart stopped, and he was pronounced dead at the scene. The paramedics who arrived were unsuccessful in reviving him for several minutes, and Rabbi Cohen's body remained lifeless. For those around him, it was a moment of disbelief. Rabbi Cohen was known for his wisdom and kindness, and to lose him so suddenly was unimaginable. But little did anyone know that during those minutes when he was clinically dead, Rabbi Cohen's soul was on a journey that would change the way he understood life, death, and the truth about the Messiah. When Rabbi Cohen's consciousness left his body, he found himself in a space that was both familiar and foreign. It was a realm of pure light, filled with a warmth that seemed to emanate from the very essence of existence. There were no physical boundaries, only an overwhelming sense of peace and stillness. He could no longer feel his physical body, but he wasn't afraid. Instead, he felt a deep sense of understanding, as though the mysteries of the universe were beginning to unfold before him. As he moved through this space, Rabbi Cohen saw figures, beings of light and energy that communicated without words. He recognized some of them as the great sages of his tradition, figures who had guided his spiritual journey throughout his life. But there was one presence that stood out above all, the Messiah. Rabbi Cohen was not sure how he knew, but he understood that this was the figure he had longed for in his prayers, the one who would bring peace and redemption to the world. Rabbi Cohen's heart raced as he came closer to the figure before him. The Messiah, though, did not look as he had expected. The image of the Messiah that Rabbi Cohen had always envisioned was one of grandeur and majesty, a leader who would come in strength and glory. But the being before him was different, humble, compassionate, and radiating an unconditional love that transcended anything Rabbi Cohen had ever experienced. The Messiah spoke to him, not with words but with a presence that filled Rabbi Cohen's entire being. In that moment, Rabbi Cohen understood that the Messiah's role was not to be a warrior or a political figure, as many had believed, but to guide humanity toward a deeper understanding of love, unity, and spiritual truth. The Messiah revealed that the true path to redemption was not through external power but through an internal awakening to the divine within each person. The Messiah then showed Rabbi Cohen visions of the world, past, present, and future. He saw the struggles of humanity, the wars, the hatred, the divisions between people of different faiths, races, and backgrounds. But more importantly, the Messiah revealed the truth about his purpose. "I am not here to lead you in battle," the Messiah's presence communicated. "I am here to lead you in love." Rabbi Cohen saw that the Messiah's true mission was to bring people together, to heal the divisions between them, and to help them recognize the divine presence in each person they encountered. The Messiah was not a figure to be worshipped from a distance, but one to be embodied within each individual's heart. The redemption of the world begins within each soul, the Messiah revealed. In the visions that followed, Rabbi Cohen saw what the world could become if humanity accepted the true teachings of the Messiah. He saw a world where people of all faiths and backgrounds worked together, not out of obligation, but from a shared understanding of the divine. There was no more conflict, no more hatred, only peace and unity. The Messiah showed Rabbi Cohen that this future was possible, but it required a radical shift in how people viewed each other. It was not enough to focus on external rituals or superficial differences. True change would come when people looked beyond the surface and recognized the divine spark within everyone. This vision of unity and peace filled Rabbi Cohen's heart with a deep sense of hope. But he also understood that humanity had to choose this path. It was not something that could be forced or imposed. As Rabbi Cohen's experience continued, the Messiah shared an important truth with him: love was the key to redemption. It was not a love based on fleeting emotions or personal desires, but a love that transcended the ego and reached into the deepest parts of the soul. This love, Rabbi Cohen understood, was unconditional, selfless, and life-changing. The Messiah explained that the path to salvation lay in loving one another, even in the face of conflict or adversity. To love your neighbor as yourself is not just a commandment, it is the essence of all that is holy, the Messiah revealed. Rabbi Cohen felt the weight of this truth, and as he reflected on his own life, he realized how much room there was for growth in his own practice of love and compassion. The Messiah's message was not just for Rabbi Cohen, it was for the world. Rabbi Cohen saw that humanity was at a crossroads, and the choices people made in the coming years would determine the course of their future. The divisions that plagued the world, the hatred and intolerance, these things were not inevitable. They were the result of humanity's failure to recognize the divine in each other. As the Messiah spoke, Rabbi Cohen felt an overwhelming sense of urgency. The time for division is over, the Messiah said. You must come together, not just for your own sake, but for the sake of all that is holy. Rabbi Cohen realized that his near-death experience was not just a personal revelation, it was a call to action for the world. It was time for people to awaken to their higher selves and live in accordance with the love and unity the Messiah had shown him. As his time in this other realm came to an end, Rabbi Cohen felt a profound sense of clarity. He understood that the Messiah was not just a figure of the past or the future, but a living presence that could be embodied in every moment. The spiritual awakening that the Messiah called for was not a distant event, it was something that could happen now, in the hearts and minds of individuals. It was up to each person to awaken to this truth and live it out in their daily lives. Rabbi Cohen felt a deep sense of peace wash over him, knowing that the path forward was clear. But he also knew that this awakening would not happen overnight. It would require effort, patience, and most importantly, love. When Rabbi Cohen's consciousness began to return to his body, he felt a profound sense of reluctance. He had glimpsed a world of peace, unity, and love, and he didn't want to leave it behind. But as his body regained life, he also felt a renewed sense of purpose. He had been given a message, a responsibility to share the truth about the Messiah's teachings with the world. When he opened his eyes, the first thing he saw were the faces of his family and society, who had gathered around him, praying for his recovery. They had been praying for him to return to them, but Rabbi Cohen knew that his return was not just for his own sake, it was for the sake of everyone who needed to hear the message he had been entrusted with. Rabbi Cohen's experience was one that changed him forever. The truth about the Messiah that he had witnessed during his near-death experience was not one of grandeur or power, but one of love, unity, and spiritual awakening. The Messiah's message was clear: humanity's path to redemption lay not in external battles or victories, but in an internal transformation of the heart. If we are to create a world of peace, it begins with the individual. We must choose to live with love, to see the divine in others, and to work together for the common good. Rabbi Cohen's experience is a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to awaken to a higher truth and make the world a better place, starting with ourselves. If this story resonated with you, please like and subscribe to the channel. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's continue to reflect on how we can embody the message of love and unity in our own lives.